We will continue crossing into Shabbat. We will continue through our songs of Kabbalat Shabbat, our songs of gratitude and joy to welcome in Shabbat. In just a moment, on page 13, we're going to sing Psalm 96. And I've often introduced the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat from this bima by saying that it's really beautiful in Kabbalat Shabbat, I think, the way that the imagery of the Psalms guides us to notice the things in our everyday lives that are such miracles. There's imagery about the trees and the rivers and how the trees and the rivers are dancing and clapping their hands at the presence of the divine, a presence of justice, a presence of righteousness. This incredible imagery that we often read in English and then sing in Hebrew. I thought it might be nice this time to read, in the spirit of the Amichai poem that we just read, to read, again, a modern example of the way that modern Jewish poetic imagery can play this role for us as well, pointing out the things that are such gifts that we have the chance to experience while we're here on earth, because sometimes routine can set in and it can be hard to notice them. Sometimes we get so busy and it can be hard to notice them. Sometimes we're doing very important work and that's necessary, tikkun olam, repair of the world, but it's important to have Shabbat to pause and just feel the causes for gratitude and causes for awe. And then there are the times when we might be dealing with something very challenging or even something painful. And sometimes we have all these different feelings at once, hard work and something challenging and boredom and routine all at the same time. And I think our tradition, it wisely reminds us that even the hardest challenges we face are never 100% of all there is. They're never 100% of existence. They're never 100% of who we are. And that means that the opportunity for steadier and sunnier times to come again is an opportunity that always exists. So if you'll join me here on the bottom of page 2, let's say these words all together, and then we'll sing a little bit on page 13 in the prayer book. This is the classic Israeli poet Rachel. She's known just as Rachel, just by her first name, like Madonna, except different in every other way. This classic early proto-Israeli from British Mandate days, modern Hebrew poet. Let's read together. If you feel inclined to join me with no pressure, it's not some sort of a quiz. First in Hebrew, if you feel inclined, you can read along in the English, and perhaps, as I've said before from this bima, I think the Hebrew can often be, no matter whether your comprehension is more on this side or more on that side, it can be a kind of guided meditation, because the sounds of the Hebrew language, these are the same sounds that our ancestors have been saying since Abraham and Sarah. And if Abraham and Sarah could have wrapped us a quilt of sound, surely it would have been in the Hebrew language, the very same Hebrew language that this poet Rachel is using in the early 20th century. And you'll see here that where the word is blessed in the English, that in the Hebrew that's mivorach, as in when you have an aliyah, Baruch Hu et Adonai ha-mivorach. It's the exact same mivorach, but she's using it in a modern way to evoke her own personal experiences of noticing, as she says, these tiny joys and having cause in them for awe and for gratitude. Sesonot zeirim smachot kiznav leta'ah hayam lefitom bein shnei binyanim bakrach זכוכית החלון נוצצת בשמש שוקעה, הכל מבורך. הכל מבורך, לכל נגינת נחמות, בכל רמזים תמירים, והכל יסכון, לחרוז על חוטיו, על מוגי המילים הנבות, כיד הדמיון. And in the English, please join me. Tiny joys like a lizard's tail, a sudden sea between two city buildings in the west, windows glittering in the setting sun, everything blessed, a consoling music in everything, in everything mysteries and hints, and everything waiting for chorals of beautiful words to be strung by the imagination on its string. So in that spirit now, let's turn to page 13 and go from modern Hebrew to ancient Hebrew, and in the same colors of our indigenous language. Let's sing out. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai baruch shemo, basru miyom leyom yeshuato, sabru v'goyim kevodo, b'chol ha'amim niflotav, ki gadol Adonai, umhulal me'od, norahu, al kol Elohim, nai, 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 ki kol Elohei ha'amim elilim, va'adonai shamayim asa, hod v'hadar lefanav, oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho, yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz, yiram hayam umelo yalo sadai v'chol asher bo, nai, 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 az yiranenu kol atzeyar lifnei Adonai kiva, kiva lishbot haaretz, yishbot tevel b'tzedek, ve'amim be'emunato, nai, 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 nai.